Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'd like to talk about the VPN Enabler app for macOS. This is essentially going to serve as a replacement for the VPN service that is being cut out of the macOS server app. Apparently Apple wants to focus on Profile Manager, so they're clipping out a whole bunch of services that a lot of people used, but they're suggesting to use open source apps and things of that nature. So that's really what I'm going to be focusing on here today. I use VPN at home all the time to access my files on my hard drive, my IP cameras, things of that nature. So first thing you're going to want to do is go to the VPN Enabler website, which is cutedgesystems.com. This is pretty much the developer that created this. You want to download it, drag it into your applications folder, and launch it. I'll have this link for you guys in the description. Once you've downloaded it and dragged it into your apps folder, you can go ahead and open it up. All these fields are going to be blank initially when you just kind of start it up, so you'll have to fill out all this info, and you're going to need a subdomain to get it working. For subdomains, I like freedns.afraid.org. And once you're there, you can create an account. You'll go into this subdomain section here on the left hand kind of menu bar there. You'll add a subdomain. You can see I have one created here already. You want to make sure that it's a type A subdomain. You can make it like whatever you want. It can be myhome1371.moo.com, or they'll have a list of different domains that you can pick. So they make it pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Once you have it there, once you have that domain created, it will point to your public IP address, which will in turn help you connect to your Mac at home. So this is definitely an important step. You want to make sure that you have a subdomain created. Okay, the next thing that you want to have is your router. Okay, under your router, you need to open the ports that will point to your Mac's IP address, so your local IP address. So here I have server. You can create a port. It varies from router to router. If you're not using an Apple router, just you can Google it and you'll find the information of how to add port forwarding. Not a big issue, but just to show you, I have all this here enabled, and it's pointing to my private IP address, which is the address of my Mac Pro's Ethernet port. All right, and once you have that set up in there, this is crucial also because otherwise the VPN Enabler app will not be able to communicate with the internet if you don't have port forwarding set up. So a big step here. It's actually also listed on step 4. I kind of jumped the gun here and did that first, but you definitely need to get that set up. All right, so I'm just going to hit cancel here now that I have that set up. And you also want to make sure these addresses are all static. So you want to make sure that your Mac's local IP address is static, and so that it doesn't bounce back and forth, as DHCP, issues new ones every 7 days or whatever the case may be. All right, so once you've got that kind of squared away with Airport Utility, the next thing that you really want to do is jump over to the VPN Enabler side here. All right, you want to enter the domain, the VPN hostname, which is the VPN hostname that you created at that freedns.afraid website. Your DNS server is your router. Usually, I have it set to 10.0.1.1. Your home will most likely be the same, but depending on the kind of factory settings you have on your router, it might be like a 172 or something along those lines. Search domains are optional. You can suggest an IP address range for the clients that connect. So this by default, the suggested one is 10.0.1.224 all the way up until 10.0.1.254. I'm not going to have that many clients connecting, so you might not either. So you can bring this range down to maybe 5 addresses or something along those lines. All right, then you'll have to create a shared secret. This shared secret will be used to authenticate. So you make it something private that no one knows, and you'll use that when you're adding the VPN service to other devices. Okay, then last but not least, you want to make sure that you create a VPN user account. So you have to create an account in order to be able to log into your kind of network. So you can make it whatever you like here. And you can create, and the config profile can be added to like your desktop if you like. All right, so now that I have all these settings kind of entered here, you can restart the VPN. You can start the VPN, restart it, just refresh it before you actually get going. I have my iPhone connected here just so I can show you guys what it looks like on the phone and what it looks like once it's connected. All right, so let's go into settings. From settings, you'll want to go into the General tab. Under General, you'll see VPN, and I named this Home VPN. So let's go to Info, and we'll just hit Edit. All right, here you'll see a list of all of the settings that we created earlier. So the server is, of course, going to be the IP address. I'm sorry, not the IP address, the domain/subdomain that we created using FreeDNS.Afraid. The account is going to be the VPN user account that we created on the Enabler app, the password to that account, and of course our shared secret. I may have left that out, but you also want to make sure that you select L2TP and not that IPsec connection option. All right, so once that's all done, all right, I'm going to back out of this, and we can go ahead and try to connect the VPN. Now you'll up here, for some reason it's showing me that I have Wi-Fi connected. I think that's like a default thing when you're using QuickTime Player to show your iPhone screen. It just shows the little Wi-Fi bar there. I'm not actually on Wi-Fi. I'm just connected to the cellular network. So let's go ahead and connect. And there we go, connected. You'll get the little notification up on top of the iPhone letting you know that, hey, VPN's connected. So the VPN, this VPN connection can be added to your Mac, PC. Although on PC it's a little bit trickier. You can add it to, like a Linux machine, but essentially the end goal here is to be able to reach your home network to access, like, cameras, your data, and that kind of stuff from outside. This is a pretty good app. It literally took me, let's say, 5 minutes to get it set up. If you've never set it up before, it might be a little confusing with the subdomains and domains and that kind of thing. But once you're connected, it is pretty straightforward. It works flawlessly. It's almost like an instant connection. I didn't have any hiccups or bugs. One thing I didn't realize is my port forwarding was set up to a different IP address, so that kind of tripped me up a little. But once I changed the IP address, it pretty much just worked instantly. So hats off to the developer on putting out this app. It is a really neat and clean kind of solution to Apple's VPN service. That was really awesome. So it's kind of sad to see it go, but hopefully Profile Manager will be a lot better, and hopefully they're going to put some serious effort into getting like a standalone MDM working. But other than that, those are my kind of thoughts on this VPN enabler. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you next time.